Morning students, myself BK Singh, your chemistry teacher from Oriental Public School Kishanganj. Students, today we will discuss evaporation. Students, evaporation I think all of you know very well. Students, this method is applied in a mixture in which one of the component is volatile and another must be non-volatile. In that condition only evaporation is used, and in evaporation when it is heated, the volatile substance being converted into gaseous form, it starts coming out of that mixture, whereas the non-volatile substance remains inside the container only. Like a salt like salt like sodium chloride can be separated from seawater by simple evaporation method, and for this seawater is heated in a china dish and the water will slowly evaporate and a white residue of the salt will be left behind in the china dish. In this way we can separate this one, and after this student will discuss the separation of constituent from a miscible liquid mixture This is the next separating method, and students, this separating method is based upon the difference in the boiling point of the constituents present in the mixture, and on the basis of this different in boiling point we can categorize the separating method into two ways, and these are: number one, you can see this is different if there is the boiling point differing in boiling point by more than 25 degrees Celsius. Another is if the boiling point difference is less than 25 degree Celsius. And students, if the differing in boiling point by more than 25 degrees Celsius, this is called distillation, and if the boiling point difference is less than 25 degrees Celsius, so that is separated by fractional distillation method. So this one we can understand by this method, that distillation. For this one we can take the example of acetone plus water. If the mixture is of acetone and water, in this case acetone's boiling point is 56 degrees Celsius, whereas the boiling point of water that is 100 degrees Celsius. So in this case you see here the difference is more than 25 degrees Celsius. Hence in this one will be, in this case, distillation. In this case distillation process will be observed, whereas in case of alcohol and water, the boiling point of alcohol is 78 degrees Celsius and the boiling point of water again it is 100 degrees Celsius. In this case the difference is 22, that means it is less than 25 degrees Celsius. So in this case we know we'll have to apply fractional distillation process, and this one in this. So now I think student it is very clear that simple distillation can be used if the liquid differ to the boiling point by 25 degrees Celsius or more, and fractional distillation can be employed if the difference in the boiling point of the liquids is less than 25 degree Celsius. And students, after this we will discuss we can discuss in this case here it is you can see both the condition, both the separation method. So we can discretely discuss about distillation and fractional distillation. Students, in this case that means for the distillation, take the liquid mixture in a distillation flask. This is the distillation flask, and heat from below. Here there is source of heat is there, heat from below. Since the boiling point temperature of acetone, that is 56 degrees, is less than that of water, and it will change into vapor which will rise upward. Here you can see in this case, and they will get condensed on passing through the condenser. This is the condenser, you can see here, this is the condenser, and collect in the receiver. And at this temperature, water will not boil and will remain in the flask. Thus the process of distillation help in the separating acetone and water. Now students, we will discuss fractional distillation of water. So the boiling point temperature of ethyl alcohol, student, you know, that is 78 degrees Celsius, and yes student, the boiling point temperature of ethyl alcohol is 78 degrees Celsius, while that of water is 100 degrees Celsius, and the process of simple distillation cannot be used because the vapors of both the liquid will rise simultaneously upon heating the flask. Here the process known as fractional distillation is used. It means that the two liquids are collected in separate fractions. Students, the process is carried in a distillation flask which we have described earlier. It is provided with a fractionating column. Here you can see the fractionating columns are there. Fractionating columns. Here fractionating columns are there, having some glass beads in it. This is spherical structure. The purpose behind having such a column is to obstruct the upward movement of the vapor of the two liquids. The vapor of high boiling liquid, that is water in this case, will also rise up but get condensed, releasing energy, that is latent heat of condensation, and that will be taken up by vapors of low boiling liquid, that is alcohol in this case. This means that by using fractionating column, both evaporation and condensation will occur simultaneously, and vapors of alcohol will escape from the flask and will collect in the receiver after condensation, as described in case of simple distillation. At the same time, the vapor of water will fall back in the flask after getting condensed. In this manner, fractional distillation helps in separating two miscible liquids. Students, now we will discuss chromatography. Actually, in Greek, the word chroma means color, and the word chromatography implies writing in color. Actually, this technique was initially used to separate colored components from pigments and dyes, but now it has wide range of applications, and chromatography is of a number of types such as adsorption, thin layer, paper, and gas chromatography, etc. However, the paper chromatography is very simple, and it is commonly used in the laboratory, and we will discuss only this paper chromatography only. So here students, as we are going on discussing the base on which separating method is selected. So students, the separation of substances is based on the fact that every substances or solute will have different solubility in a given solvent, and due to the difference in rate of dissolution, different solutes move through the stationary phase at different rates, and the individual component in a mixture separate according to their movement through the stationary phase, that is we can say paper. Students, to do this, we can explain with the help of this technique, we can identify the blue as well as black component in a drop of the ink, which is water soluble. And in order to perform the experiment, take a strip of very fine filter paper and draw a line on the paper from the end approximately at a distance of 3 centimeter. With the help of a fine capillary tube, put a small drop of blue or black ink mixture in the center of the line by the pencil. Here, as shown in this case, at this place, you can see here. No. So, and after that, allow the strip to dry for some time. And now, suspend the strip in a jar containing a small amount of water so that the end of the strip, which has been marked deep in water to a length of about 0.5 to 1 centimeter, and allow the strip to stand undisturbed in the jar for about 20 to 30 minutes. And due to capillary action, water will rise upward. And blue or black ink is actually a mixture of blue and black dyes, and both the component present in the mixture will rise upward, and the more soluble will move faster. In this way, the blue and black color will get separated as shown in this figure. Students, some of its use or applications of chromatography are as: number one, it is used to separate solutions of colored substances. Second, it is used in forensic science to detect and identify or trace the amount of substances like poison in the content of the bladder or stomach. And third is it is used to separate a small amount of product of chemical reactions. This is all for today, students, and next we'll discuss in the next video. Hello. And thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. Hello.